The first 2 months, we just had one class period for 2 hours for 5 days. For about a month, it was like a whole day job. There were many days that like school was out for like holidays and stuff, but me and a few students would come anyway. We had all these crazy ideas for inside of the mouth, of having like eyeballs or multiple teeth, and we had ideas of like having dark spots on him. So he had like double arms. He had big huge gorilla arms and then little T-Rex arms, but then his head, once we put the latex on it, it got a lot chunkier than the original concept, and so his little T-Rex arms were just like hitting his cheeks and it just looked really comical, and we didn't want a comical monster, we wanted a scary monster, and so we had to take that off. We used to be working in my classroom, and then we moved it downstairs to the really cold, really dark studio, and it was miserable. We had like 3 space heaters going at one time, and I think with all 3 of them in certain areas it was around like 50 degrees. What I really liked is the students set up the place to look like it was like a living room or like a dorm room. And I feel like the only reason why we were able to keep going under that amount of stress was just everyone had positive attitudes and everyone had good humor about it. We were making jokes all the time.
I kind of had a role as a mentor. Every once in a while someone would hand me something and say, this is broken, make it work. That usually was an infrastructure type of thing, the skeletal underpinnings of the monster. And I also got to help painting.
We did the whole paint job in 2 days.
And decorating it with all of its warts and veins. I think I had the best role because I had the gratification of coming every week instead of every day. So I got to see huge strides in progress instead of seeing the monster creep along. I got to see it go from A to B to C to D. It was very gratifying to watch. Well, when we first introduced the monster to the cast, it was kind of like a precursor to what the movie was going to be about, because Josh and Will and McKinley and everyone were so stressed out getting the movie together, and we just wanted to show off our monster. So we brought this monster in, and they're trying to shoot, and we're like, hey, look at this cool creature, and everyone's trying to be nice to us, but really we can tell that they'd like to pull their hair out and tell us to go away. Another great moment was after we hacked the monster to pieces and we pulled everything up and noticed we'd carved a hole in the floor, and Will said, oh, well, I hope Joseph can fix that. That was a good time too. Good job, everyone. Really great work. For never having built a monster before, it was an incredible feat.
I worked on blood the most.
These little glass things, we actually got this from a glow stick, and we just snapped it open, and then we just put it all in here, and we put lube and other things.
Worked a lot on like gluing things, like working on the muscle structure that we made with foam and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
I think the best parts, like the funniest things that happened, were with just Daniel running around in the monster suit as we were like building it. We were all like dying constantly because of the glue smell.
Oh yeah.
That was pretty bad.
I worked on monster concept. We made these clay things so that these miniature clay versions of the monster, so that we can build it up and make it as big as Daniel was. So we were having trouble on the back. We took the clay model that we had of the monster that had a humpback, and we put like tape over it to see the shape of it, and then we unfolded that, cut it, and that's how we made the back piece. It was 2D at first, and then it was this little tiny 3D thing, but then we turned it into a big, wearable, awesome costume.
What was your least favorite part?
There was an incident with the glue, and I had to go home sick.
My first real job in the monster building was, I was on feet duty.
Yeah.
I cut out the patterns of the feet, I carved out the feet, I carved out the claws of the feet. Probably my least favorite part of the whole monster was trying to work out the mechanism for the front feet, because there's so much resistance and I feel like the materials weren't sturdy enough, probably. We made it out of, it was gutter, right? Gutter pieces.
Yeah.
And nuts and bolts and strings. I get war flashbacks. I honestly loved whenever we put like whatever pieces of the monster that we had all together, whether it was just like pieces of foam all duct taped together for Daniel to wear. It really made me feel like we were doing something good. I'm really proud of just the look in general, like all the flesh and just the build of it. It's real nice. Real good, Daniel.
I sketched so much, so many concept sketches. And even when they picked a concept, that wasn't it. I had to sketch how everything was gonna work together, how we're gonna attach a head to a helmet, a back to a backpack, where the shoes are gonna go. An experience that was a lot of fun was after the monster was all completely finished, I got the honor of being able to participate on set and help him in and out of his costume, get him any drinks, make sure that he's hydrated, and then also if anything broke on the monster, which it did, there was a lot of sewing and a lot of hot gluing. I got to be able to fix it, and it was just a really neat experience to be behind the scenes.
I ended up becoming what we called Monster Wrangler. I helped Daniel get in the suit.
Did you I got the back on. He like ejected himself. He goes in his neck and he ran and then like comes out. Shit. I guess you can put this on. You should be proud of me. I got the back on by myself.
I'm so proud of you, Daniel.
And at one point I had to put on the suit because he wasn't feeling so good and I was the closest to his height and build, so.
Whoa, new monster!
Yeah, he's
Such a weird experience.
okay.
This guy.
How do you feel about being the monster now?
It was unexpected. I mean, I was asleep a second ago and now I'm a monster.
That was fun, but it was extremely hot in there. I don't know how Daniel did it so much. He's a superhero, so yeah.
I am the monster. I always find that so much fun to do. Hi, I'm a guy who would apologize for saying something mean to you in a joking way, and I'm a monster, and I eat people for fun. We did the scene where I actually clawed someone instead of it happening off camera or something, and like I would check on them. Are you okay? Are you okay? Are you okay? I couldn't think of a whole lot of bad things that were going on, like...
Did you hear about what happened? Jackson kicked me in the eye. Yeah, I heard that. Jackson, why don't you kick him in the eye?
How long did they have you in the monster suit and then not need you?
For a real long time.
If anything, the worst thing that would happen was when my arms and me would get tired when I was doing the monster. It was like, it's a lot of stress, and the monster suit's really heavy.
I want it to be known that my worst monster moment was probably the first night shoot, where I was really, really tired and I had to chase someone down.
When I first got the crutches for the monster suit to make my arms longer, I was testing them out and I'm like, hey, I'll just jump on this high up box. And I hadn't covered the crutches yet, so they were still like kind of jagged and pointy, and they just tore right into me. It was awful. That hurt a lot. But it was one of my favorite things to do because
Send the picture you took of us.
I've wanted to be part of this East Hollywood movie movies forever. 4 years I've been here, haven't been a part of a single. I finally get to be part of it, and instead of being like a normal actor, I get to be this monster that kills people. And like, for me personally, I think I would rather go down as that kid ate and killed people than that kid fought and killed a monster.
One of my best monster experiences is probably the big night when it was all the extras in the prom scene and I ran in. They were all scared of me, like actually scared. It was awesome.
It was fun to be there with people making something with their own two hands to put on me, and to be able to wear the hard work of other students. It was a lot of fun.
Is there any last thoughts you think before they leave?
I love the monster, and I love the monster crew, and it was so much fun to do it, and to do everything.
Okay, everyone needs to get out the door and leave or call the cops.
I am the cop.
Let's find out who's really behind this mask.
Alright, look.
It was
Daniel the
Daniel.
whole time.
And would have gotten away with it too, if it weren't for you meddling kids.
And now, Seth.